For those of you who don't know what this is, it is essentially a creepypasta that started in, as far as I can tell, 2019. It is a infinite realm outside of reality. We are going to be reading through every level, every nook and cranny this place has to offer. No matter how long it takes, my goal is to eventually cover every little bit of this place. That, of course, has data on to this date. Now, as many of you probably already know, level 0 is the first level of the Backrooms. And the first level many encounter. Level 0 is a seemingly infinite, non-linear space resembling the backrooms of a retail outlet. All rooms in level 0 appear in uniform and share superficial features such as yellowed wallpaper, damp carpeting, electrical outlets, and inconsistently placed fluorescent lighting. However, no two rooms within the level are identical. And then obviously over here we have the first image taken of the backrooms from when this whole thing first started. The fluorescent lighting present in level 0 hums at a constant frequency. The buzzing is notably louder and more obstructed than ordinary fluorescent lighting. An examination of the fixtures to determine the source has been inconclusive thus far. Secondly, the substance saturating the carpet cannot be consistently identified. It is not water nor safe to consume. Now, as I've recently learned, this was referred to as the carpet water or something like that. I forgot what exactly it was called, but maybe we'll learn more as we read here. Linear space in level 0 is altered drastically. It is possible to walk in a straight line and return to the starting point and end up in a completely different set of rooms than the ones previously passed through. Due to this phenomenon, and the visual similarity between each room, consistent navigation of level 0 has proven very difficult. Devices such as GPS locators and compasses fail to function within the level, and radio communications are audibly distorted and often unreliable. Okay, so that makes sense, obviously. An infinitely changing room with infinite and unknown passageways is obviously gonna have some issues with whatever potential things you had on you when you ended up there. I know in my case, I probably wouldn't have a compass on me. I would hope I'd fall down there with at least my phone. But let's go ahead and continue here. Okay, so entities, basically the different creatures and whatnot you'll find in the backrooms. Interactions with entities in level 0 are rare, but may occur if encountered. They can be very dangerous. The known entities that roam the level are hounds and facelings. It is not advised to trust others that one may come across, as they are most likely an entity. Okay, makes sense. So, before we continue, let's go ahead and read about hounds here really fast. Okay, so that's obviously a very disturbing image there. Okay, nope, don't need honest game trailers. The one thing that annoys me about this website is all the ads. The name hound comes from a dog-like nature of these entities, crawling on all fours and mauling anyone that provokes them. They are very, very dangerous and become agitated when they see someone in a hostile state, but can be intimidated. Okay. Hounds become very hostile at the moment they see a human. However, they will be intimidated and momentarily stalled when you stare them down. If you hear a hound's growling, it's best to stay out of sight and get out of the way for a while. Now, in most of the content I've seen for level 0, I have yet to see anything related to a hound seen in level 0. I think most of the content created is around the facelings and whatnot. Okay, the biology of a hound. Hounds are humanoid entities with long black hair growling on their heads. They have sharp claws and extremely large mouths lined with knife-like teeth. Their pearly whites often go unseen until it's too late for you, though as their lengthy dark hair usually hides this feature as mentioned above. They walk on all fours and have surprising amounts of power when they attack a target. Despite appearing sickly skinny, hounds hatch from eggs that originate from the hive. Okay, I imagine we're going to get to the hive later, so I'm not going to dig too much into that right now. It's imperative to a wanderer's survival that they avoid getting bitten at all costs, as their saliva contains a disease dubbed hound virus that will infect and turn bitten into a hound as well. Okay, so it's kind of like a zombie, but chupacabra-like. The incubation period is 20 to 25 minutes before symptoms begin to appear. Symptoms are as followed: discoloration and rash around the bite, rabies-like symptoms, difficulty swallowing, foaming at the mouth, lightheadedness, mild to intense muscle spasms, which can also lead to cramps, increased aggression, stomach cramps, vomiting, and rashes. So, pretty basic zombie-like stuff. Approximately 20 to 30 minutes after symptoms appear, the infected's body will reconstruct to match that of a hound. The process is visibly and auditorily excruciating, so very painful, obviously. A normal human teeth and nails are painfully pushed out and replaced by fangs and claws, whereas hands and feet are reconstructed to move exclusively on all fours. Amidst the transformation, rapid hair growth will occur on the body. Afterwards, they will enter a feral and hostile state, completing the transformation. If one is bitten, it's best to isolate as far away from or outright kill the afflicted, as there are currently no known cure for the hound virus, although it's been theorized that rabies vaccines can be utilized in creating one. Okay. Discovery. One of the earliest known video recordings of the Backrooms depicted a wanderer running away from a hound in an area that resembled level 0. However, since we don't currently know when the hive was spawned, if it even had a beginning, we can't determine the exact origin of hounds at this time. There has been few instances of hounds being tamed by facelings in level 92. I'm not going to dig too into those levels right now and the facelings, as we're still dealing with level 0 for the most part. Okay, do's and don'ts. Do keep direct eye contact with hounds if one is approaching you. Stay out of sight if you're here growling. Slowly back away while keeping eye contact. Run away from hounds the second you see one. Attempt to tame them. Okay, I don't see why anyone would ever do that. Break eye contact. Try to fight them with melee weapons. Get bitten. Okay, so the don'ts are pretty obvious. Okay, that's pretty much the gist of those. Okay, so let's first close that ad. Let's dig into what facelings are. Okay. So that's obviously what a faceling apparently looks like, a faceless human. Facelings are a general term for faceless people that roam the backrooms. There are multiple types, each with varying levels of hostility. They are one of the most populous entities in the backrooms, and likely one of the first entities you will encounter. The most common two forms are adult facelings and child facelings, although more have since been discovered. Adult facelings are friendly and do not act with hostility unless provoked. They typically have the appearance of standard adult humans. Okay, makes sense. With smooth skin replacing the entire face. They can appear as male, female, and can also appear as completely androgynous. Child facelings are mischievous and hostile. They often appear in groups of 2 to 3 and will torment and attempt to kill survivors they encounter. They are almost always female and brandish small, sharp objects. These typically are small pieces of sharp metal or small knives. They will become polite to wanderers in level 283, which we'll get to in due time, or they will attack when touched or being rude to them. If comforted by touch, they will fall asleep, resulting in them getting distracted. If attacked, adult facelings will try to protect them and begin to act hostile to the wanderer. They only appear friendly to wanderers under the age of 16. Okay, so obviously in my case, I would not want to be running into very many child facelings. However, seeing one is not always an attempt on your life. They will sometimes just try to scare survivors or even pull humorous pranks on them. Note in level 11, facelings will act almost identical to humans, with a small difference that they cannot speak. There is even a report having a relationship with a human. The Meg research team are still studying this effect. Okay? I know a little bit about the Meg already, but I'm sure I'll learn more as we get there. Incidents or quotes. I merely asked if it was a chicken, then it attacked. Ranging from a neutral to hostile. I gotta turn my background noise down a little bit. You just can't know their hostility. One was chasing me, and I repeatedly stab it with a wooden knife One was chasing me, and I repeatedly stab it with a wooden knife from, was it level primal? I'm guessing they were asking, did it come from level primal or level 5678? Anyway, it looks dead to me. Okay, I have no idea what level primal is. That's something new I just learned, because I did some digging earlier today on this site, and I That's my first time hearing of level primal. Faceling types. Pink dress facelings. Not much is known about pink dress facelings, other than seeing one is most likely a death sentence. Avoid at all costs. But some discovered some was holding a teddy bear and cover its face most likely. Most likely just has an eye stolen by a human. Old man faceling. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. Not going to read too much into that. Polygonal facelings. Again, very self-explanatory. Shadow facelings. Self-explanatory. False facelings. These facelings are unique in that they sometimes have partial, even full facial features, such as half of an eye, a nostril, mouth, teeth, teeth. Otherwise, they act like a typical adult facing or child facing. Okay, so that's the way they try to fool you. Eyed facelings. Okay, so this is similar to false facelings, only they come with just eyes. Memory facelings. They, looks like they wear the face of someone you are close to, obviously. Injured facelings sounds pretty self-explanatory. Cavelings. Okay, so that has a lot to do with level primal. Daycare facelings. These are the latest facelings discovered. Considered harmless and would accept job applications for $5 back. These entities reside on level fun. Okay, didn't know about back dollars. Obviously some form of currency. Mouth facelings, okay. Same concept as the eyed facelings, just with mouths instead. Soldier facelings, pretty self-explanatory, can be found in level 1918, 1863, 1303, 1955, and 537. All levels we will get to in quite a long time from now. The unfinished are a variation of facings that only possible in level scribble. Okay. They have a tall body with lanky arms and legs. They also have two curved lines running across their face, which is common practice among artists in the front rooms. Obviously reality. When drawing characters with round faces, they will also usually have limbs that suddenly stop and are unfinished. Okay, so they're basically like scribble people. Distortlings. These type of facings are distorted and have a face randomly segmented around their body. They are the most recent discovery, found in level -177. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of digging we're going to be getting to. I'm not exactly sure what kind of order we're going to be going in here. Okay, so these are specifics. I'm just going to read Carissa here, because it looks like she's specifically to level 0, which is what we're discussing right now. Carissa is a child faceling who was found injured and alone, wandering near the Young Wanderers camp base in level 0. Since she has been loyal as a faceling can get, to the wanderers of that group, and that group only, it is not hostile unless you attack her, or are a member of the YWC, which I'm sure we'll learn what that is as we progress. Or you're over the age of 25. only got 2 years to go on that one. Though it is best to not approach her at all until you talk to one of the group members and or join the group. Okay. Seems simple. Facelings are the first entities discovered in the Backrooms. One of the earliest Meg reports ever written referenced them. Journal entries, good lord, I cannot read, referencing facelings date back to the year 1909. Their exact origin is still unknown. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of facelings. Break it down, they're just faceless humanoid entities. Okay, pretty simple. All these dang ads, though. Okay, so we're getting to the end of level 0 here. Level 0. And by extension, the backrooms can be accessed by accidentally no-clipping out of bounds in normal reality. Okay, so that's pretty much what everybody knows at this point. No-clipping out of certain levels, may transport one to level 0. Exit. There are 4 currently known methods of exiting level 0. A variety of factors will eventually cause the hallways to fade into level 1. Okay, basically going long enough, well, you'll just be in level 1, essentially. No clipping through a wall will transport you to level -1. Breaking through the floor may lead you to level 27, but it may also lead you out into the void, which I'm going to assume that is an inescapable, endless death that you don't want to be in. And rarely, wandering far enough in any direction may lead you to the Manila room. Okay, that's interesting. But it seems like that's pretty much the wrap-up of level 0. So next time we're going to be talking about level 1, probably go into these other 3 levels a little bit eventually. But yeah, there's going to be so much to talk about with this place. I know a lot of this stuff has already been covered by most people, but I might as well start at the beginning and learn along with you guys for what I don't know yet. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Welcome to the Backrooms, Level 1. Level 1 has a survival difficulty class of 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 1 is the second level of the Backrooms. And here we have our first known image of Level 1. Level 1 is a massive warehouse with concrete floors, walls, exposed rebar, dim fluorescent lights placed along the walls, and a low-hanging fog with no discernible source. The fog often... I have no idea what the word says. So we're gonna skip that, so yeah, bear with me with my horrible reading skills every now and then. Into condensation. Forming puddles on the floor in inconsistent areas. Unlike level 0, this level possesses a consistent supply of water and electricity. Okay, so obviously a good place if you have your phone and charger to get a charge in a safe area and stay hydrated is a very good thing. Which allows indefinite habitation by wanderers, providing that appropriate precautions are taken. It is also far more expansive, possessing staircases, elevators, isolated rooms, and hallways. The fluorescent lights at any time can flicker and turn off for minutes or even hours. When this occurs, hostile entities may appear. These entities rarely attack in groups and tend to avoid the light. If the lights turn off, it is strongly advised to try and navigate your steps. Try to avoid any strange noises, and then find a room. Make sure to bring a light source with you. Crates of supplies appear and disappear randomly within the level, often containing a mixture of vital items, food, almond water, batteries, tarps, weaponry, clothing, medical supplies, and non-essential objects, assorted car parts, boxes of crayons, used syringes, partially burned paper, live mice in a catatonic state, that have been injected with unknown substances, shoelaces, loose change, bundles of human hair. Okay, so there's some pretty gnarly things you can find in there, but also some pretty useful stuff as well. The crates should be approached with caution due to their contents, but are a valuable resource. In addition, crude paintings and drawings with no apparent origin or meaning appear on the walls and floors. They are known to change in appearance. Is my music even? They are known to change in appearance and disappear when not in direct line of sight. The light fixtures within level 1 are prone to flicker and flail at inconsistent intervals. When this occurs, supplies are liable to vanish inexplicably, and hostile entities may appear unexpectedly. These entities rarely attack in groups and tend to avoid light and large gatherings of people. It is advised to carry a reliable light source and sleep holding whatever items you do not wish to lose. Level 1 also serves as the entrance to the hub. Okay. We'll probably read more about the hub at some point here. Beings typically lurk in level 1, especially when the lights are off. Known beings on level 1 include dullers. No, we didn't go over dullers last time. Facelings, hounds, skin stealers, and scratchers. So we have 3 new entities to go over. So let's go ahead and look into the dullers really fast. This page is a work in progress. Okay, so there isn't really much on this entity, it would seem. Oh, here we go. I was about to say. Dang ads. Behaviors. Oh, no, we missed the description. Dullers are docile creatures generally found in the lower levels of the backrooms. They appear dark gray and humanoid, but they lack several prominent features such as face or ears. It is not fully understood how dullers kill their prey, as they usually run away from threats. Behaviors. They usually run away from anything that gets close, but be aware that these entities do seem to be hostile. The entity hunts by being in a hall and having a victim in a hall on the other side of a wall. The duller will then no-clip its arm through the wall, capturing the prey on the other side, and drag them into their haul. It seems they only prey on wanderers that have questionable sanity. If you notice a duller without their hunting tactic, they will silently run away, and it is unknown what they do to you once you are captured. They can sometimes take seemingly random objects, and it is unknown what they do with the items. They also seem to dislike almond water, as wanderers report dullers seem to avoid almond water fountains and other items. Tall gray humanoid, frail, skeletal structure with no facial features. They have long arms that can extend to very far distances, usually to reach their prey on the other side of the wall. Their stance is very wobbly and their walking motion is unnatural. These entities are surprisingly strong for how their body structure looks. They can, however, run at extreme speeds, even while holding items twice their own weight. So this might have been what was seen in Kane Pixel's found footage video, potentially. It sounds similar to what was used, but dullers aren't found in level 1, so I'm not sure. Discovery. It is unknown how this entity was discovered in modern times, but a group known as the Lost mentioned a being known as Grasps of the Wall, which could be referring to a duller. Okay, makes sense. Do's. Do's and don'ts. Do. Specifically run to it if you can. It will run away. Use almond water on yourself or against them. Don't. Lose your almond water. Be on the opposite wall from the duller. Okay, makes sense. And that's about that for them. So let's go ahead and head back and see what we have on Skin Stealers. Alright. So I know the gist of Skin Stealers already, but for anyone who doesn't know, it is Entity 10, more commonly known as the Skin Stealers. They are large humanoid entities that can wear the skin of their victims as a disguise. They eat human flesh when in a hunger state. And otherwise, tongue twister. Otherwise roam if they do not need to eat. Their blood is translucent. They can mimic human speech. They are most commonly found on the first 4 levels, but have been reported in other levels. Skin Stealers are typically docile creatures and will wander if they do not need to feed. In this stage, they will not be hostile unless you aggravate them. In a hunger state, they will seek out humans wandering alone and will then use their strength to tear them apart with their hands. Skin Stealers are tall, pale, yellow humanoids with sunken white eyes. Their outer layer of flesh is covered with microscopic bumps, similar to the suckers of an octopus tentacle. These stick to the skin that is torn off humans, and push and pull it to make it fit. Until the Skin Stealer looked identical to a human, these bumps also pump blood and nutrients into the skin that make it feel warm and alive, as well as prevent decomposition. In addition, it heals the skin, hiding any cuts that may identify a real human. After a period of around 24 hours, the skin will be digested through the surface of the Skin Stealer, and the Skin Stealer will enter a docile state. Okay, so that's one thing I didn't know about them. A skin stealer also can speak, but it can't understand our language. It will repeat what it often hears, often in varying languages, to lure and prey. But it can't communicate, although since a typical skin stealer rarely uses their voice, this is not a good way to tell them apart from real humans. The blood of a skin stealer is completely translucent, so a good way to identify a skin stealer from a normal person is by their blood. Blood runs red if they're not dead. Blood runs clear. Get out of there. Discovery. Skin stealers have been reported over 5 years before the creation of the Meg. As some of the most populous entities in the Backrooms, they are often one of the first entities new wanderers will encounter. The Assault of 98. The Assault of 98 is an assault that happened in level 2007. 24 years before 2022, BNCS's base, okay, so we'll be learning more about them in the future as well, has been raided unexpectedly by skin stealers. They approach in front of the gate of the base. And the assault battle begins. Gunshots of G36K sounds of screaming, and sounds of BNSC units screaming for help / medic, sounds of explosion, guns, etc. Okay, so very typical battlefield music, or battlefield sounds, excuse me. Roses are red, violets are blue. If blood is clear, get out of here. Interesting. Okay, not sure what all this is. I'm gonna move on past this part. Whoa. That's not creepy. But that's just as skin stealers, so I did learn something new about them, so that's pretty cool. Alright, last entity to go over here are Scratchers. Let's see what that's all about after we close another 1000th ad. Scratchers are very hostile entities that inhabit level 1 and level 2. They are long, slender beings and are gray in color. Okay, so I already have a similar appearance to Dollars. Although they appear slightly humanoid in form, their bodies are extremely disfigured and they have no discernible eyes. These entities also have long claws which can extend up to a foot in length. They are known to make a scratching sound when they are nearby, hence their name. If you hear it, it is highly recommended that you run away as soon as possible. However, you must be quiet when doing so, as Scratchers have unparalleled hearing and can easily take you out if you are too loud. Okay, so obviously get out of there fast, but quietly as well. Scratchers are very aggressive and will not hesitate to kill you. They are attracted to sound and are almost blind. Okay, so kind of like clickers from The Last of Us. So if you come across one, you should throw something and then make a run for it. Scratchers are also very agile and can run up to 40 miles per hour, though they usually never exceed 15. Once they catch you, they'll slice through your chest and consume your insides and flesh. Okay, that's fun. They aren't very intelligent, but seem to be able to discern where all and vital organs in a wanderer's body is. Wow, they're nice. They could be really good doctors. Although scratchers are extremely slender, they require a massive amount of food to sustain themselves and are very aggressive hunters. They can even digest small pieces of wood and rock. A scratcher's long, extendable claws make it easy to tear through flesh and bone. Okay. Discovery. It is unknown how the scratchers were found, but it is believed that many were discovered by the Republic of Level 153. Another thing we'll probably be learning about in the future. Do's and don'ts. Do. Run as fast and quietly as you can if you hear a scratching sound. If you see a scratcher, throw whatever you have behind it and run. Don't. Try to fight it, as you will definitely lose. Throw something directly at it. Scream upon seeing it, making a loud noise nearby it. Sneak past it. They may not appear to have eyes, but they aren't completely blind. Okay, so the don'ts are pretty, common sense. Okay. Colonies and outposts of Level 1. Excuse me. There are currently 8 known colonies and outposts in Level 1. It should be noted that attempting to meet up with these colonies will prove extreme difficult. I'm assuming they meant difficulty, as the backrooms stretch out for millions of miles. Some of them may not exist now. Some may have not existed at all. The Raiders. Recently discovered group with an expected number of about 68 members. They are mostly friendly with regular travelers and are willing to trade, but will shoot down members of certain groups. Currently, they are not very strong, so they get knocked out after being suspected of making an alliance with the party-goers during Operation End Party. Okay, I'm sure that's something else we're going to learn about in the future. I know a little bit about the party-goers and the party room and stuff, but that's something that's going to be a lot further down the line when we do some more digging. Apparently their main objective is to eradicate every big group in the backrooms, claiming that adding corruption or politics into the backrooms would make it an even worse place. They plan to get bigger and bigger by stealing and taking over colonies and outposts. This, however, failed when they tried to steal Outpost Funtime. Although recounts don't show this, a camera footage has been found. 60 raiders were killed in this incident. This led them to believe that they were making an alliance with the partygoers, so they were recently destroyed in the Battle of Midtown. Interesting. Base flickers of the backroom colonists. Relatively a small base, owned by the main group. Friendly and open to trade. Population ranging 25 to 200 people. That's a pretty big range, depending on the number of people stationed there. Usually used for fandom or Reddit posts by people there. Has public Wi-Fi and allows people to go here for any internet catch-up. Often interacts with other outposts or bases in the level, mainly the Republic of Level 153 and the Orderly Republic. Okay, so now we're going to learn a little bit about 153. The outpost of the Republic of Level 153 has around 40 members. It takes in survivors, existed since the creation of the Republic of Level 153. I would assume so. Has bounties on certain entities, has around 60 guns and 3 machine guns. Okay, so they're very heavily armed. The biologists. Large outposts, friendly and open to trade. Study the population of entities. Analyze and collect DNA samples. Okay, so they're very heavy on studying what's the entities of the back room. But it seems like so far everybody's pretty much friendly and open for trading so far. The Orderly Republic. The largest outpost in level 1 consists of mainly young adults, quite friendly, always open to trading. Guide Outpost 03, second outpost of the tourism guide and the second largest group in level 1. Heavily armed at all times due to entities. Normally open for trading except for during search and rescues. Open for staying with them for safety for a week or so in exchange for small amounts of supplies. Okay, so they're a little more tricky when it comes to trading, depending on what sort of situation they're in, it seems. Sanction. Previously hidden behind a false wall roughly 98 meters, 321.522 feet southeast from the exit. Devastated by unknown entities, no members found, but noises are common when near the false wall. Some still claim to see the residents and even talking to them, only people who didn't know the fate of the sanction report seeing them. Strange markings on the wall claim to have to be a cult, with being reborn as their objective. Considered a lie by most, since people still talk about them and prove they aren't lying by revealing things only they would know. Easily recognizable, as all of the documented members have a scar on their left cheek. Oasis Lyra of the OFCEB. Accommodates supplies and recruits wanderers. Population 130. Supplies are dependent on supply chains. Not open to trade, but willing to supply travelers passing through. So basically, they'll get you what they can get you if they're, open to it. Okay, entrances. Level 1 has many entrances. Entrances. Opening ordinary doors in many levels has a small chance of leading to the level. One is able to enter this level by no clipping in level 0. No clip in level 1.5 to enter this level. Excuse me. One can enter this level by switching a lever given by the younging in level 995. One can also enter this level by entering the correct number on the number pad in level 1051. One can exit level 1 by simply continuing to explore the backrooms of level 1. Usually leads to level 2 or back to level 0. Other methods of exiting the levels are as follows. An unlocked door may lead to level 2. The hub can be accessed from this level. From the entrance of level 1, head straight down the corridor and stop at the door. Go through the door, then continue until the end of that corridor. Then double back to the entrance of the level. There should now be a diverging path that goes left to right. Take the left, there will be another divergence, take the right, and then the next one. Take a left, and at the next one, take a right. As soon as the right path is taken, the path will lead to 2 doors, labeled A and B. take the B door. Upon going through that door, a new room will unlock identical to the last one. Now take the A door. This door leads to the hub. If any of these steps are completed incorrectly, like taking a wrong turn or not doubling back, one may end up somewhere completely random. If you somehow encountered entity 126 and got caught, there will be a small chance for you to not be killed and be dragged by it to level 6. I'm sure we'll learn more about that when we get to level 6. If you somehow encounter level 120, I'm about to read the same line again. No clipping through the walls that have outlets may lead to either level 229 or level 188. Rarely falling asleep in this level may lead to one of the bedrooms in level 1950. Finding and interacting with a black doll may lead one to level 7453. No clipping through the other side of the walls without falling into the void will lead to level 1/2. Interesting. And that is pretty much it for level 1, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and I will see you guys for level 2. Have a good one. Welcome to the Backrooms Level 2. Level 2's survival difficulty is 2. Unsafe, secure, low entity count. Level 2 is the 3rd level of the Backrooms. Level 2 consists of a long, dim concrete maintenance hallway with steam pipes lining the walls and ceilings. Doors are rarely found. Housing metal shelves and ventilation ducts. The pipes cause heat in level 2 to reach immense temperatures, reportedly reaching 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 93 degrees Celsius, and higher, boiling any wanderer alive. It is described as being generally more decayed than the previous levels. Occasionally, doors can lead to small rooms that may contain machinery that are connected to the pipes present throughout the level. Random items that were left by explorers can be found in metal shelves. Due to the insalubration, I cannot read. I have no idea what that word says, so we're gonna move past that again. I hate big words. They are my enemy. Conditions found in level 2. Roaches and mice are found around the hallways. Some sections of level 2 are completely devoid of light, while some others are only lit by alternate sources of light such as flashlights and lamps. A notable, humid, musty smell can be found in areas where the pipes exist. Level 2 is far more dangerous than level 1 due to the hazards above the sheer number of entities inhabiting the level. If you come into contact with a creature in this level, it is advised that you should run immediately, as they are incredibly hostile and will kill off most victims. As one walks in this level, after a few days, the pipes will start to gather and farther in until one cannot walk any further without suffering severe burns. If one persists at this point, the tunnel will close up behind them and they will be cooked alive. So not a very fun way to go, obviously. As for the entities, known entities that lurk in level 2 are facelings, hounds, smilers, which are ones that are new that we're going to go over here, and scratchers. Additional entities likely lurk in the level, however. So let's go over smilers really quick. I don't know why I said that so weird, but as soon as we get rid of all these ads. Smilers are hostile entities recognizable by their signature reflective eyes and gleaming teeth. These entities only appear in dark corners or doorways. Where the rest of their form is not visible, there have been approximately about 1,300 confirmed sightings of smilers thus far. These entities do not have bodies, rather the darkness is their bodies. So basically just a creepy, giant floating creepy smiley face. The smiler is attracted to light, similar to a moth, and will chase after anything remotely bright. Lunging at any source of light they see, turning on a flashlight in front of a smiler will have the smiler lunge at you. If you engage with the entity, be sure to have a good throwing hand. If your throw is weak, the smiler will simply lunge at you. The smilers are typically passive creatures, but sudden noises or motion from panicking or retreating will make them highly aggressive. When seeing a smiler, it is best to stare it down and retreat. Do not blink. Smilers have a rivalry with frowners and rattler and will go out of their way to attack them, even abandoning their wanderer target. Okay, so those are some new entities, but I'm not going to dig into those since they don't have to do with this current level we're on. Smilers have a long smile with multiple sharp teeth and have white glowing eyes. It is also unknown what other physical features they possess. It is rumored they have a physical body which cannot be seen with the human eye. It's also rumored that they have non-human, alien-like bodies with arms and legs bent in unnatural ways. But this is unconfirmed. The Meg is currently trying to find out more about its biology at the moment. The Glowing Face War. On July 15th, 2015, a growing infestation of smilers in level Frown displaced the frowner population that inhabited it. This nearly drove them to extinction, with frowners being reclassified from frequent entity spotting to low frequency entities on July 23rd, 2015. With frowner appearances becoming more and more uncommon as they fade away in the aftermath of the devastating smiler infestation. Discovery. It is unknown how the smiler was originally discovered. As it is extremely common in most levels, the earliest modern report of smilers was when Reddit user using a throwaway posted about them running from a glowy smiley thing in 2014. Before that, the group known as the Lost had descriptions of what they called the ones that smile, a demonic entity that eats alive whoever it sees. Interesting. Smilers I pretty much knew the gist of, so nothing really too new there. Alright, so that's pretty much it for entities, as we already know about facelings, hounds, and scratchers. Entrances and exits. Entrances, one of the two only known way to enter level 2 is via a stairwell in level 1. There one can find an unlocked door, or there one can find an unlocked door that will lead to here. Okay. Exits. There are 4 known ways of exiting level 2. Finding a fire exit in level 2 will transport one to level 3 despite the dangers and risks. Entering an office-styled elevator will lead to level 4. No clipping through a corner will rarely lead to level 364. No clipping in pipes, a level 2 will lead to level 26,905. So yeah, this place is very deep, and I have no idea how long it's going to take us to get through it all, but that is the gist of level 2, everybody. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 3. Level 3 survival difficulty is class 4, unsafe, unsecure, and has a high entity count. Level 3 is the 4th level of the Backrooms. Level 3 consists of an extensive set of thin brick tunnels and maintenance hallways. Countless randomly segmented rooms, in no particular pattern, are present across the entirety of the level. In addition, pipes line the walls and ceilings of the level. These pipes are filled with contaminated almond water, which sometimes leaks onto the floor. So obviously not safe to drink. Hallways in level 3 are very enclosed and narrow. Some even require wanderers to bend, hunch, or crawl through them. Although level 3 shares similarities with 2, such as claustrophobic hallways and the pipes, the level seems to be more well maintained than the previous. Although with having more rooms throughout the level, rooms containing machinery can be found in many locations in level 3. This results in loud sounds of machinery being heard in certain areas of the level. Some of these rooms are connected by smaller sets of hallways. Most machinery in the level appears to be used to provide energy to an unknown destination, while others seem to sustain the steam pipes found in the level. Exposed wires sometimes comes out through the floors, walls, and ceilings. Sometimes doors in this level will slam shut and lock at random intervals. This seems to happen more often if an entity is present. Entities found here are hounds, facelings, skin stealers, stalkers, and male death moths, which are our new entity that we're going to go over here. And I know it's a very short read on them, because the only thing I could find on them was just a... Oh, where did you go? There you are. Death moths. Death moths are giant human-sized moths that inhabit the backrooms, appearing similar to the real-life death head moth, but with pale yellow-gray color, similar to the walls and floors of the upper levels. While male death moths are mostly harmless and possibly even tameable, the female moths are several times larger and more aggressive, able to spew acid from their antennas, I'm assuming is what they're referring to there, to incapacitate other creatures before slurping up their liquefied bodies. Okay, that's disturbing. Death moths are attracted to light, so if you hear the fluttering of wings nearby, make sure to turn off the light source. Smaller death moths inhabit level 2, 5, 50, and 5,687. But the larger and more dangerous ones appear in level 5, where the largest hive containing the queen death moth can be found. They have completely taken over the level and are the only things besides mysterious beasts and the chickens. Okay. I'm sure we'll learn more about that when we get there. Alright, so colonies and outposts. Due to the nature of this level, colonies and outposts are considered unfeasible to exist. Entrances and exits. One can enter level 3 by going through a fire exit on level 2. Entering this level is also possible by drinking blood found in drawers in level 4112. No clipping under a table in level 521 in the 521A section that has a 3 written on it. Exits. One of the few safe ways to leave level 3 is through the elevators, which often lead to level 4 or level 5. However, if the elevator is marked greenery, it will lead to level 931. Certain extended hallways in this level may lead to level 187. These hallways can be identified by the lack of pipes lining the walls and noticeable decrease in temperature as one traverses the hallway. There is a generator-controlled door that will lead you to either level 4 or the finish zone. Not a finish zone, not an end. It's a trap. Okay, so obviously you don't want to be there. But since this was such a short reading, we're also going to read level 4 in this video as well. Level 4, the abandoned office. Survival difficulty class 1. Safe, secure, minimal entity count. Level 4 appears to be an empty office building, completely devoid of furniture. Certain rooms in this level have windows, but should be considered traps and avoided at all costs. Because of the lack of beings, many wanderers naturally congregate on level 4. Additionally, scattered around the level are water coolers, water fountains, and vending machines containing almond water, which makes collection of the substance much easier. Level 4 is considered the best place to meet other wanderers and gather supplies before moving on to the later levels. Level 4 is mostly devoid of entities. Only hounds and dullars have been reported thus far, which obviously we don't need to discuss more because we've already been over them. Colonies and outposts. Now you see a new one I don't think we went over was the Backrooms, or the BAS. Analytical Squadron. The group consists of scientists skilled in certain areas as well as architects. The group is known for their research and has discovered many things about the Backrooms. They are mostly friendly and open to trade, although a lot of them are quite reserved and not very open to newcomers. Armor Ecrementum. This group is a religious cult who worships agriculture. This group is relatively small, having around 10 members. The only plants that they grow are various species of mold, harvested from the walls in levels 0 and 1. They're friendly, but not normally up for trade. However, if you have a religious object such as those depicting Jesus or a religious or other religious entities they're normally willing to trade. To be determined. The group likes to hoard things. The group has only 29 members. I don't know how I got 98 out of that. The group will ignore you unless you try to interact with them. They only trade for items that are not functionable. Interesting. Union Base 04. Consists of 93 people, accurate, one deceased. The group consists of people from the Tourism Guide, had a great relationship with the BAS until losing contact, good defense position from entities, lost resources, or lots of resources. I was gonna say, okay, we're not gonna really go into the Republic of 153 because we already know about them. The Deniers and the Regretters, or the Deniers. Jeez, I cannot read. A community of close to 43 members who live in the blocked up place near the start of the level. They are friendly as long as you don't mention anything out of normal, such as creatures or other levels. They seem to try to live as normal people in the front rooms, as if they're too scared to find exits to reality due to fear of dying in the process. Trade for everything except objects not commonly found in the front rooms. Okay. Entrances and exits. There are 6 currently known methods for entering level 4. One can also get here from level 3, or by following a sign saying office. Going into an orange door on level 160 is another form of entry. The door on level 332 has a chance to lead to this level. One can also enter level 4 by punching a hole in the wall in level 1398. One can climb into a file cabinet in level 329 and appear here. Entering an employees only door on level 30 may also lead here. If you entered level 894 through the secret stairway, you can return here through that same route. Okay? Exits. Level 4 has occasional exits that lead to level 5 or level 6. Most exits take from the form of an office-style stairway or occasional elevators that either lead to level 160 or lead back to level 3. Entering a door with the brass number 6 will lead to level 332. Alrighty, well that covers everything in level 3 and level 4. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 5, the hotel. Level 5 has a survival difficulty class of 2. It is unsafe, secure, and has a low entity count. Level 5 is the 6th level of the Backrooms. Level 5 is presumably an infinite hotel complex with many rooms and halls. The level itself seems to have been constructed in the 1930s. The furniture dating back to 1920. There are 3 main areas in level 5: the main hall, the Beverly Room, and the Boiler Room. The main hub of this area is the Beverly Room, often referred to as the Eternal Ballroom. The gargantuan room has 2 doors on the west wall and 2 doors on the east wall. Each leads to a different area of either the hotel or the boiler. It only contains a small art decor table, in the center, illuminated by a large chandelier. All entrances are marked with a small copper sign reading "The Beverly Room," as one might see in a hotel banquet hall. The second area, known simply as the Boiler Room, is a series of cobwebbed hallways with high ceilings and stained plaster or concrete walls. This area contains many barred off areas, with large pieces of machinery. The long corridors are hot and dry, and the scent of smoke fills the air. Pipes and exhaust valves from the early 20th century line some of the walls. Some of the larger rooms have roaring 20s era furnishings and details. Many have reported the sound of whispers from the large face-like boilers. There are currently 3 reported early 20th century elevators within the boiler. It is advised to avoid them at all costs. Living statues reside in this part of level 5, so if you see one while exploring an area of the boiler, then make sure to get out of there as soon as possible and keep eye contact as you run. Looking away while running can result in being mutilated by one of the statues. There is a constant buzz of reticent when I don't know what a reticent is, but constant buzz of a reticent whenever traversing this level. People have also reported the sounds of faint Big Bang swing jazz music and a distant party chatter. This level is infamous for its mysterious whispering and unseen presence. People report something whispering incoherently behind them or tapping their shoulder when they're alone. That, along with the stares of the face-like wallpaper and 1920s era machinery, can cause major loss of sanity. This is why one will need almond water to survive at this level. Luckily, it can be found from leaks in the ceiling on this level. Those who have gone insane here speak of a mysterious beast known as the Beast of Level 5. A tall, scaly humanoid wearing a suit and tie. It has been described as having a humanoid body with the head of a cephalopod, with tentacles around its mouth. People have claimed it to have camouflage abilities, and they say its glowing eyes staring at them from the wallpaper occasionally. It is unknown if the beast is real or a hallucination, as it doesn't resemble any of the other entities seen on level 5, and has only been reported by those with questionable sanity, although reports of it have all very similar descriptions. There are 2 known colonies of level 5. Before I continue here, I want to look at the other, no, I think this is probably more up to date. I want to look at, because I don't remember, I heard something about level 5, but I don't know if it mentions, I don't think it mentions here where if you were here as somebody, you can't see them, but that may be a later level that I'm thinking of. But anywho, the originals. The originals have a set up in the large lobby of the hotel section. They are a group of people who have been trapped in the backrooms from about 1300 in 1940. Okay, so the backrooms have clearly existed for a very long time. They are suspicious of anyone from later or earlier periods and keep to themselves. They're willing to trade goods with passerbys, but are reluctant to trade with other major colonies. The majority of people in this colony were trapped in the backrooms. Excuse me. After the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and the 1912 sinking of the Titanic. Members include Amelia Earhart, Dorothy Arnold, John Jacob Allister, I forgot what Roman numeral that is off the top of my head, and Captain Edward Smith. Okay, so that's a very interesting take on history within this realm. Backroom colonists. The backroom colonists, with their colonization of Camp Amber Group, have gained the outposts on this level. They are friendly and are willing to trade and are decently armed on the outpost. Entry to level 5 is fairly simple. Just find office-style stairway in level 4. Okay, this is exits. Travel too far in the boiler room to get to level 6, though it is highly recommended to just go back down the stairs, leaving through the doors that will also take you to level 161, though unless you already have a good weapon, you shouldn't access this level. Entering a metal door in the boiler room will bring you to level 954. No clipping in the corner of a white room in this level has a chance to take you to level 4112. If the beast eats you, you will be teleported to level 666. Exit out the main door of the lobby to access level 5.1. I actually want to look at what 5.1 is really fast. We'll just briefly go over this. We won't read everything here. Just 5.1 is presumably endless road filled with LED lights and signs, with a giant arch screen and as the ceiling. Flashy diamond-decked doors line the buildings, all leading back to level 5's main lobby. Regardless of whichever door you take, slot machines can occasionally be seen, but they do not work despite this. Despite this, people have attempted to gamble on them. Instead of winning money, though, the gamblers simply win a pile of human bones. Okay, that's not disturbing. Efforts have been made to identify the corpses, but to no avail. The roof categorizes the road in level 5.1 every 5 minutes. This arched roof will emit a shining white light, blinding anyone in the vicinity for approximately 2 minutes, burning their corneas. Luckily, there will be a clock chime that warns wanderers just before the roof shines down. But unfortunately, it comes too late in most cases. Dead wanderers with blood seeping from their eyes frequently fall on the road, unfortunately unable to take cover or close their eyes in time. So not really a level you want to be on for very long. Obviously. And then obviously I saw too there were street performers of some sort. I'm not gonna dig into that too much, but alright. That pretty much covers level 5, guys, so I will see you in the next one for level 6. See ya! Welcome to the Backrooms. Level 6. Lights out. Survival difficulty is Class 4. Unsafe, unsecure, undetermined entity count. Level 6 is the 7th level of the Backrooms. Level 6 is an expansive complex of undetermined size. Undeterminate size, made up of metallic walls, complex systems of pipes, and brick floors. The entire level 6 is shrouded in complete darkness. Thus far, no light sources have successfully created any light in this level. Due to the level's darkness, it is difficult to take sufficient photographs of it. Auditory hallucinations are frequently experienced in level 6, ranging from rushing water to indecipherable voices ringing throughout the piping. At level 6, ranging from rushing water. It is believed level 6 may be able to influence one's perception of reality, resulting in symptoms of paranoia and derealization. Despite possessing no known tangible threats, level 6 is regarded as being one of the most dangerous levels in the Backrooms. Because of its sheer darkness, a significant portion of the wanderers that enter this level permanently lose their sanity or go missing. Entities may exist, but they can't be seen. As mentioned before, level 6 is in a consistent state of complete darkness. Attempts to form any lasting base here have failed. Members continuously disappear into the darkness. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Going through a boiler located in level 5. A rusted door located on 6.1 leads directly to level 6. Exits. Tripping on a wire leads to level 6.1. It's not worth noting that intentionally tripping on a wire will not trigger this transportation. There's a spiral staircase that takes you down to level 28. Entering a hole will lead you to level 8. Wandering far enough will bring you to level 7. Alright guys, and that pretty much covers level 6. There's not too much to go on here. It's basically just a unknowingly infinite void of darkness. So I will see you guys next time for level 7. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 7, Thalassophobia. Survival difficulty, Class 3. Unsafe, unsecure, moderate entity count. Level 7 is the 8th level of the Backrooms. Level 7 is unique in that it is a vast expanse of water that appears to stretch on endlessly, making it a lifeless ocean. The water is distilled rather than being salt water or regular fresh water. Nobody thus far has explored level 7 fully, but what is currently known is that it is the first and potentially only room of level 7 is not flooded and has the usual fluorescent lighting. The room has a thin layer of water at the bottom and is strangely skewed from the rest of the floor. Anonymously, the single doors open to show the surface of the water from top down perspective. The room is seemingly rotated horizontally, but gravity still works to keep one's feet on the floor in the first room. Upon entry, gravity switches to pulling one towards the water and is significantly stronger than regular gravity. The water has been reported to be very cold and is generally unadvised to enter it. The floor of the ocean is made up of carpet, hardened by the thick layer of tar above it. There are several skeletons, including several almost humanoid figures and massive fish. Little else is known about the depths of the waters aside from the endless expanse of tar and bone. This level poses a significant barrier to the future exploration of level 8 and onward. Colonies and outposts. This Guide Outpost 05, former. This research base, previously owned by both BAS and TTG, are now abandoned. Pre-abandonment. Had 8 BAS scientists and 20 TTG guards. Main purpose was to study the depth of the seafloor, search for an exit and/or find the thing on level 7. Set up a temporal camp near the only room. After finding the seafloor, seemingly infinite deep and eventually finding a more practical exit, the team gets attacked by robe-wearing attackers. Likely TPWG and retreated through a more practical exit, ending up at level 4 with a sealed water-leaking fire door. The base is now abandoned. Backroom Colonists, a research outpost owned by a group in question that is relatively big. It has currently 40 people guarding it and it has similar properties to the floater's previous outpost. While it is pretty recreational, they have sea-related equipment and do experiments on the ocean. Outpost 207. Created by the Outpost Group, relatively friendly, open to trade. Base made of random furniture and has 65 members. The Floaters. Has 23 people, lived in a medium-sized outpost with a makeshift swimming pool where they would swim for both fun and for exercise. Destroyed, rumored to have been taken by the Thing. Entrances and exits. 8 known ways to enter level 7 are wandering far enough in level 6, entering through a wall of water in level 534, going through the crack in the pool in level 151, jumping from the plane on level A, going into deep sea level 1045, attempting to drown yourself in the bathtub in level 598, accidentally falling into water in level 430, find a yellow rubber door in level 1984. Exits. An underwater-like hole located somewhere in the carpeted ocean will lead to level 8. This was discovered by certain users. I don't know how to pronounce their names. A more practical way for exiting is through a double-sided door with a no exit sign. It leads back to level 4. Venturing further into the ocean of this level has a rare chance of transporting one to level 7.2. Entering deep into the ocean of this level may lead to the coast of level 1045. Interacting with a yellow rubber ducky may transport one to level Fun, although this is strongly unadvised. Okay, guys, so that is the gist of level 7, so I will see you in level 8 for the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms. Level 8, Cave System. Survival difficulty, Class 5. Unsafe, unsecure, entity infestation. Level 8 is the 9th level of the Backrooms. Level 8 is an expansive cave system with numerous spider-like entities inhabiting it. Like level 7, it is pitch black without a proper light source. There's many nests that spiders made, most inhabited by small venomous spiders and massive king and queen spiders. The king spiders of the colonies are fortunately not venomous, but the queen spiders are highly venomous. Most die within minutes of a queen spider bite. Though this is just speculation, as human exploration of this level is currently impossible. Large clear pools can be found in dead ends of the cave. These pools are highly dangerous as anything that enters them gets torn apart and dragged down by humanoid tar black hands. Another type of nest on level 8, found on level 8, houses Franken spiders, a dangerous mutated spider that regenerates through a gland found in the chest cavity. Certain areas of the cave have what it's presumed to be almond water dripping from the stalactites of the ceiling. Some areas in level 8 are inhabited by small brown spiders, which are unique to the Backrooms. These spiders found in nests guarding large egg sacs which contain over 100 newborn spiders. Male spiders are not particularly poisonous and only around a foot in length. However, females can grow up to be a meter long, have a potent poison, which has the added property of wiping out the memory of humans, and are aggressive when hunting, which is the only time that they leave the nest. When they are near young, one bite is enough to paralyze a human, at which point they will eat their prey alive over the period of a day or two. Other than the spiders, other backroom entities inhabit the cave system. However, they steer clear of the spiders, who seem to be the apex predators of this level. Colonies and outposts. World Eaters. Due to 8 being Cornea's sacred number, the rogue World Eaters set up a base at level 8. They maintain total control over the caverns and will shoot on sight. Even the entities that dwell within the caves are afraid of them, so avoid at all costs. Backroom Colonists. The outpost contains around 37 guards and is mostly for transportation. It is the final level of the main 9 colonized by the group, and they will help wanderers lead the level. Level 8 is inhabited by a lot of different species of spiders. Explorers can find all the way from small brown and venomous spiders to king spiders. While some of them rely on their nests and on their venom to survive, other species don't have venom and generally are just members of their nest. Although it is advised to avoid every form of the life present on the level. Entrances and exits. Entrances. Look for a hole in level 6 or at the bottom of the water in level 7. That the most common way to enter this level is by finding entrances through level 7. But there are numerous entrances throughout the levels of the Backrooms. Exits. Trip or fall and you will be transported to level 9, but you also have a 0.004% chance to be transported to level 153. All the reported cases who got cut out of level 8 this way were by accident, so there's no certain whether falling intentionally will work or not. If you found a black doll, play with it for a while, and you will transport to 7,453. And that is the gist of level 8. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you for level 9. Goodbye. Welcome to the Backrooms. Level 9. The Darkened Suburbs. Survival difficulty class, level 5. It is unsafe, unsecure, and entity infestation. Level 9 is also known as the Darkened Suburbs. It is a seemingly endless suburban area with the time of day never changing from midnight. This level has some darkness similar to that of level 6 and level -100, but it is not as dangerous. The houses in this level vary in design and size. Although there are reports of spotting 2 houses near each other that are the same. The houses of level 9 appear to be furnished and fairly new, although there is no power source from the lighting systems to function. Some houses have a change of being empty. Many useful objects can be found inside of these houses in areas similar to them. The furniture of these houses is what a person would expect from a normal house, such as sofas, televisions, beds, refrigerators, etc. The items that require a power source aren't functional due to the missing requirement of a power source. Some of these houses have fully furnished yards at the back of the house. Other anonymous property of this level, I don't think I said that word right. Hold on. Whatever, we're gonna skip it because, again, my terrible reading skills. Property of this level is that you can find 2 houses weirdly clipped inside of each other. When traveling too far, which is physically impossible to happen in the front rooms. Well, I would hope so. The streets of level 9 are the most dangerous areas of the level. The wet asphalt roads are unpainted and are covered with leaves in some areas. The puddles in some spots the roads indicate that the level had once rained before. The stone sidewalks are normal and don't seem to have again, I don't know what that word is. Oddities. And walkways that lead to grass fields, which lead to level 9.1. Wandering off the walkway into the fields will for some reason lead to level 10. The street lamps are usually powered off and are inactive, although some flicker on and off and are sometimes even powered. It is unknown where the power originates, while the netherrack, okay, typically teleports to level 9 to destroy buildings and roads. Interesting. Maybe there's a link to the netherrack that we'll find later. Now here's where we get into a lot of new stuff as well with entities. Our first new entity here is Yoasters. So let's find out what that's all about. You can find them here on the list, that is. I don't know why it doesn't take me just straight to their freaking page. See if I can find him here. There we go. Okay, yoasters are large, flabby, quadrupedal beasts that resemble a cross between a monitor lizard and a platypus. Their mood varies and are more hostile, and more hostile ones can deliver a nasty bite. Though the younger yoasters are typically more docile, they are found throughout the first 5 levels, slurping up moisture from the carpeting or from puddles on the ground. Their meat is edible, though it always tastes badly burnt regardless of how you cook it. Interesting. I know Jerry was another one on the list, so we'll go ahead and read them. Jerry is a small bird that looks like a parrot. It controls the mind of the person holding it, making it say things. Jerry is everything. Jerry is what I live for. I like Jerry is everything. Jerry is what I live for. All hail Jerry. Those controlled by Jerry go missing shortly afterwards. They may go to Jerry's room, but that place is unconfirmed, with the parrot eventually reappearing on a seemingly random level to find a new host. If you see a bird that resembles Jerry, escape by all means. It is rumored that giving Jerry sunflower seeds or almond water will tame Jerry, allowing you to pick it up safely. This will only work with the person who fed Jerry. However, and anyone else who holds Jerry will be affected normally. This, however, is not confirmed, as it is also speculation. Okay, so let's go see what other entities we have to look at here. Okay, so we've gone over Jerry and Yoasters. I really like that name, Yoasters. That's really cool. Next is Death Sheep. So let's try and find them. Just gonna scroll through this and try to find them. Wish I would in like alphabetical order. Oh, well, transporters was another one on there, so we'll read that really quick. Also known as grabbers. Transporters are tall, dark humanoid figures that can appear anywhere past level 2, and get more common as you go further through the backrooms. They appear when you reach a T-junction in the hallways. 2 or 3 ways will continue as normal, but entering the 3rd way will reveal a transporter at the end of the hall. If you turn around, you will find that the passage into the hallway is gone, replaced by a simple wall. The transporter will walk towards you, gradually speeding up until it finally reaches you. It will grab onto your shoulders. It seems that what happens next is random. Either you die, or according to one of the surviving documentation of a transporter, you are thrown through a void and land in level 4. It is unknown if you could be transported anywhere else by these entities. One person transported by a transporter had claimed it took him to level 5,678. Though there is no proof on this remark, so take it with a grain of salt. Okay. Let's see if we can find our death rats, was it? Here we go. Hostile entities that take... excuse me. Hostile entities that attacks anything that moves. You can identify one if it has gray fur, red eyes, and a big, tall body. Mainly found on level 2 due to the pipes and puddles that leak. That leak from them. This has been marked as a death rat nest. If you see any rat in the background, it is best to avoid and slowly back away from it. Alright, Corrupt was another one I saw in there. Entity 74, nicknamed Corrupt. Put simply, will kill you if you did anything terrible. There's an unconfirmed version of him called 74B, Entity 74. Is nomadic in nature and is very friendly if you are on his good side. So be nice, Gary. Jeez, who the hell is Gary? What the hell did they do? Okay, so we... Death Rats and then Death Sheep is another new one that we need to go over. And then Anithicus and Nithicus Observer Insanity is in Death Sheep. Let's see if we can find them here. God, I really wish this shit was in like alphabetical order. Death Rats again. And here's Insanities. These creatures are zombie-like humans that went insane in the backrooms. The weird various items used as weapons and tools, or they wield various items used as weapons and tools. However, some of these are using night visions, shields, or body armor. They have a rare type called Riot, which are 8 meters tall and go through walls, charging and breaking it. It can only be found in any levels very rarely. Somehow the Riot kills other entities including Insanities. Population is 767. Their lifespan is 1 million to 2 million years. Interesting. So where are our Death Sheep? I don't think I passed it. They gotta be in here somewhere. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We are just gonna go to the other website and search Death Sheep and see if we can find anything, because I'm not finding them there for some reason. See what we can find here. Okay. Well, I guess we won't be reading about Death Sheep then. Can't find anything on them, so... I imagine it's pretty much the same thing as Death Rats and Death Moths. See if we can find anything on these guys. Yet another one that doesn't take us straight to the... Let's see. Sorry, I just gotta do a lot of digging because they made it really complicated. I feel like I'm just dug way too far at this point. Yeah, that's it. Weird. Okay, they're not even on the list for some reason. Okay, so I guess we won't really learn too much about them because for some reason, unless I can find them on here. You know what, hold on. Let's just go to the entity level. See if you can find them on this list. If they're not here, we'll just go past them because I don't know why I can't seem to find their information. But doesn't look like there is anything on them, so sorry about that. I don't know why they have a link and then there's nothing on them, so I guess we'll just see if we can find anything on the observer. Oh, so that takes me directly to what I need to see, but not the other ones for some reason. Anyways, the observer is a large-sized robotic being which explores the alien level. The observer is possibly created by the collective to explore the level's unknown areas, which haven't been reached by the collective. The observer when encountering one, do not shoot or show aggression at it, since that would activate the defense system of the observer, which would kill you. The observer does nothing to humans when in contact and just leaves when humans are nearby. These machines are scattered around the level and should be avoided at all costs, since they may pose a threat to a human or the observer. Okay, weird. Interesting though. Yeah, I don't know why this doesn't take me straight to the actual entity. But whatever, we're just gonna move on. Due to the levels depleting sanity, the most of the main 9 besides level 6. Level 9 also includes some of its own special entities. The most notable ones are the Observer and the Mangled, corrupt or originated on this level. Okay, so obviously there's no link to the Mangled, but we'll just continue on here. There are a few groups that live in Roman level 9. And since this is a very dangerous task, none have been recorded for this entry at the moment. To enter, falling through the floor randomly on level 8 is the main method for entering level 9 for most wanderers. Crawling up the sewer gate in level 34 will lead to level 9. One of the many doors inside level 92 can lead to level 9 as well as other levels. The revolving door in level 40 will lead to level 9. The yellow arcade cabinet in level 25 will lead to this level. Entering one of the doors in level 54 will lead to level 9. The animated houses at level 94 can rarely bring you to this level. Going into a trapdoor on the ceiling in level 160. Opening a wooden door in level 4122 will probably lead to level 9. However, it may lead to level 11. Entering a coach's booth on level lights will also lead to this level. Walking far enough in the path in level 364 may result in ending up in level 9. Entering a modern suburban village in level 791 will lead you here. Traveling for 500 miles in level negative 63 will lead to this level. Using the door in level 5005 has a 50% chance to lead here. Going down the flight of stairs and leads to a dark lower room in level 994 can take you here. Or can take you to the first floor of a house in level 9. Asking the farmling to show you to the exit in level 34,565 will lead here. No clipping through the wall of a house in level 477. Oh, excuse me, guys. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Will lead you here. Climbing over the garden wall in level 8065 will lead here. Exits. To exit. The following area street signs will lead to level 11 after 100 or 200 miles. Although this will only be the case when following the signs. Walkways that lead to grass fields will lead to either 9.1 or level 10 or 9.2. Doors marked with the sign biohazard or any other smaller signs in the house. Holy shit, guys. I could not stop yawning for some reason. Other signs, similar signs in a house's basement will lead to 9.3. Level 60 can be accessed by no clipping through the street floor in level 9. Level 23 can be accessed by surviving for a week. An airport can be found while following signs to level 11. Entering the airport can be transported to level 36. A nondescript brick building with a metal bar door and a sign on the door says no sagging pants will lead to level 931 when entered. No clipping into a broken curb leads to level 251. Finding a yellow lamppost leads to the safe place. Finding a pinkish brick house will take you to level 290. Finding a hidden bunker underneath the house and open a trapdoor inside the bunker to enter level 160. Wandering until losing the sense of distance will take you to level 404. Waiting for the seemingly infinite long bus will take you to level 69. Touch a wall with snow on it and one may black out and get transported to level 9.1, which is a bit safer than this level. Spending 24 hours in this level without looking up from the ground will cause you to teleport to level 563. Waiting for a bus with Pulsa, written on its sides, or a white bus with red stripe will lead you to 1983. Staying in the shadows in level 23 will lead you here. Clipping through the mirror will lead you to level 60. Entering an old house and fall off the stairs, you will be teleported to level 534. Entering a house in the level with the sentence, I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce all that, in white written on a door will bring you to level negative 358. No clipping through a table leads to Snowy Cat Village. Interesting. I'm curious to learn about that in the future. No clipping through a house's front door has a 50% chance of leading to level 1157. No clipping through the front seat of a blue 1933 Chevrolet Camaro will send you to the unthoughtful. Finding an extremely shaded tree will take you to level 97. Having a peaceful dream will teleport you to 1398. No clipping through a toilet floor will teleport you to level 87. Selecting a level and level chalky. Interesting. Making a drawing with crayons of a horror experience will send you to level 743. Following signs that say mountains will lead you to 274. Wandering far enough through the level will eventually fade into level 477. Alright, well that is the gist of level 9, guys. I will see you for level 10 in the next video. Welcome to the Backrooms. Level 10. The Field of Wheat. Survival difficulty class 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 10 consists of a massive wheat field, seemingly infinite in size, and an unpaved dirt road. Points towards the horizon. The location of its end is unknown. In the wheat fields, one may find small pockets of almond water sweetened with sugar of the wheat crops. The field is always cloudy and rainy, and rain may pour occasionally. Aside from the excessive amount of wheat crops, one may find objects lost from explorations of level 10. Wanderers may find knives, empty bottles of liquid, rotten food, flashlights, and cell phones with dead batteries. However, despite the sheer number of items found, no dead bodies have been discovered. The reason for this is unknown, but the Meg speculates that those who die here decompose into the earth almost instantaneously, fertilizing the wheat crops. Wooden fences are also present on level 10, and they seem to extend forever. It is unknown who if any, built these structures, but they appear long abandoned. With arrows piercing into the wood, the territory isn't homogeneously foggy or flat. Standing on top of one of these fences may assist you in navigation. However, know that many of these fences are stained with blood or wheat grains. The reason for this is unknown. Occasionally a tower can be seen in the distance for some guard watching over the distance. Do not let the guard spot you. The Meg refers to these entities as archers, who appear adamant on protecting the level's harvest. Upon sighting, trumpets will sound and a flurry of arrows will rain down at your destination within seconds. It's suggested to crawl on the floor to avoid detection, as the crops should hide you. However, realize that you must stay quiet, as the rustling of crops can easily give your location. Crying and choirs can frequently be heard on the level according to witnesses. These noises appear to be coming from the sky, but has not been confirmed yet. However, the Meg has discovered a note within the level that appears to correlate the choirs with the disappearance of wanderers. Clothes and a camera were found near the notes. These items are arguably the main source of information for this level. The Wanderer's notes are listed below. Based on other items surrounding them, such as a camera containing several photographs, this database now utilizes. We can infer that this note was written by the camera's owner. So I've been walking for maybe 6 days, and there's nothing but this dirt road and the fields surrounding it. I tried going off route and got put back on the path. There's almond water in the field. It tastes sweet. I've been hearing trumpets and roaring in the distance, and I saw something in the fog. I snapped a photo of it, but I still have trouble identifying it. It doesn't appear to resemble anything currently on our databases. If you hear someone yell, "Fire!" retreat to the path immediately. I cannot empathize this enough. I've been shot by 3 or 4 fucking arrows. I've lost count. I'm still bleeding, and it doesn't look like medical attention's coming anytime soon. God, it looks like I'm gonna die here. I think I saw a tower in the distance and someone on top with a bow. However, everything is calm. It's completely silent. She saved me. An angel appeared in the sky, trumpet in hand. If you find yourself here, stay in one spot. She will find you faster that way. The fate of the wanderer is unknown. Based on the content, we can infer that the archers detected and shot him down. The angel in question has still yet to be identified. Colonies and outposts. The Church of the Crops. The cult consists of 73 people obsessed over the discovery of an angel here. They obsess over salvation, believing angel is here to take them to the front rooms. However, their claims cannot be proven. They can occasionally be seen performing sacrifices, offering wheat to the angel above, while chanting unintelligible words. Their attempts at summoning the angel have not yet been successful. Members frequently go missing in this level, leaving nothing but their red cult uniforms behind. The Backrooms Investigation Foundation, Site Omicron. This base serves as a training site for recruits because of Level 10's foggy nature. 200 civilians are currently enlisted in the archery courses. The fences are used as targets. An additional 100 are enlisted in the stealth courses, focusing on hiding from entities. 50 Outpost Moors. 50 members reside in this outpost. The goal is to protect rosewater that comes from level 83. And to observe the Church of the Crops. Exits and entrances. If you are from a small town, walk through the revolving doors in level 40 to enter this level. The revolving doors will disappear in level 10 after you exit. Jump off the western edge, level 696. You'll wake up unharmed in this level. Walk 50 kilometers in level 83 in any direction. You can go into the locked door in level 139 to end up here. Exits. Finding a city will lead you to level 11. No clipping through the wall no clipping into a tree will lead you to the listening. If you slip into on a snowing area, you will seamlessly be transported into level 176. The following the east road will eventually lead to level negative 100. Following a yellow lamppost leads to the safe place. There's also a small mountain range on the eastern side of level 10 that if crossed will lead you to level 311. Finding a pumpkin will take you to level 666. No clipping through the ground takes you to level negative 63. Random rundown wooden farmhouses can be found and when entered transport you to level 9.3. No clipping through a farmhouse will take you to level 2090. Finding an obsidian arc will reach you. Obsidian arch and walking through through it will transport you to level 394. Tripping and falling on the dirt path will rarely bring you to level 477, and that is the gist of level 10. I'll see you in level 11. Thank you guys. Welcome to the Backrooms. Level 11. Survival difficulty class level 1. It is safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 11 is similar to level 9 in size and structure. However, rather than consisting of middle-class suburban houses, it is populated with office buildings, apartments, and various other buildings commonly found in large cities at the front rooms. Level 11 is also cluttered with parks, plazas, and metro stations. However, very few stores have been discovered. Some explorers have found their own establishments selling items found during their journeys through the backrooms. There are multiple nuclear power plants throughout level 11 and are usually found present 40,000 kilometers apart. These plants do not appear to be operational. Theories affirm they were abandoned a long time ago. Although level 11 seems stationary, movement while the buildings are out of sight. It is quite common. The structure of level 11 seems to be constantly shifting, and explorers have reported buildings moving hundreds of feet while out of sight, sharing similarities with level 0. This only happens in the city area of level 11. The time of level 11 is always noon, which can make it hard to sleep. Entities, facelings are extremely common and can be found throughout the areas of the metro. Level 11 seems to affect both adult and child facelings and even hounds, making them neutral towards travelers. Additionally, this passive effect makes facelings act like ordinary human beings. Pigeons can also be found on this level. In this level, you will see them the most. Pigeons are entities that can be observed in the city levels, such as level 11, for example. Normal pigeons can no-clip into the backrooms, but be aware they do not initially appear in level 11. If you see one there, continue walking, keep a good distance from them. Pigeons are entities that can mostly be seen in level 11. They take appearance in normal feral pigeons. They travel and hunt in groups and have been reported to share foods with their group mates in order to strengthen their bonds. When a traveler approaches them or display hostility, the pigeons will then shape-shift into their worst fears, which leads to the conclusion they possess psychic abilities or another anomaly. They do that in order to scare away beings they consider a threat to themselves and their group. However, when they are hunting, they might become something you love, want, or have some sort of nostalgic feeling in order to lure and prey. Things they have been reported to shapeshift into are a yellow glowing door that is theorized to be a representation of an exit to the backrooms, a notebook, several old gaming consoles, and stuff related to family and etc. The pigeons of feeding themselves is applying some sort of toxin into their prey and swarming around to eat. Some have been reported to anonymously stretch their mouths and eat their prey in a single bite like a cartoon. However, the information came from a suspicious source we cannot confirm. You can avoid their attack by giving them food, water, or any supplies they might make use of. You can even tame them like this, though however it is not recommended to do so. Do feed them and give them water to avoid being attacked. Ignore them and keep your distance. Always have food and almond water with you. Do not fall for their traps. Do not attempt to scare them away or make eye contact too long. It is unknown who discovered them. However, Dr. Jacobs no-clipped in 1920 and died in 1972. Claimed he saw the first ever group of pigeon entities. He also claims they were friendly back there. They have been adapted to the backrooms environments in order to get their food and stay alive, since stuff in the backrooms don't work quite well. even their evolution was anomalous. Apparently, they even used to become chairs to consume wanderers at some point, or morphed into T-posing polar bears. Bruh, honestly, what the fuck was that? I'm still considering quitting my job after that. Please stop paying us minimum wage, boss. Please, I'm tired of this nonsense. Colonies and outposts, the innovators, friendly, willing to trade, accepting scientists, programs, and engineers. Researching new items, the dino travelers, moderate quantity of resources used for residential means, neutral and willing to trade, independent trade haulers, outpost 00. Population of around 18 members, friendly to select outsiders, will gladly trade. GUN, neutral, main place of resuscitation. The database's creator lives in level 13. Specialized in recollecting food, crafting survival objects, and firearms to use against hostile entities. Has a negative tolerance for partygoers. The Eyes of Argos, the main base of Eyes of Argos, is a building known as the headquarters, a safe place to stay or even trade unless you have committed a sin. Level 11 can be accessed through level 9 by wandering 0 to 100 kilometers, or, 0 to 200 miles, or traveling in the metro. When entering level 11 through level 9, it is noticeable that the surroundings seem to slowly change. You can enter by following the west part road of level -100, following the sign that says downtown level 251. If you went to level 293, go get to the end to come back. Going through the exit door in level 160, a member of the entity linguists in level 894 may show you the way to this place if you ask them nicely. Jumping through a window on level 152. Jumping up the northern edge of 696. If you walk a lot in the opposite direction of the city in level 234, you will enter here too. Someone randomly wake up in the stairwells due to carrying level 0 mold in level 947, while others may shoot out at 47 miles per hour of paper company buildings from level 329. Going through a wooden door in level 4112 has a small chance to take you here. You can enter from an emergency exit in level 741, or exit from level 741 via the entrance and randomly exiting from a large building with a parking lot in front. One can randomly fall into this level when trying to bury a burned tree 447 meters away from its burning location in 447. Finding a small crack in the armory in level 2133 may result in no clipping into level 11. Walking far enough in level 364 may result in ending up in level 11. Entering the city portal on level 382 may result in ending up in level 11. No clipping into the floor on level 262 to end up in level 11. Going into a flashing building level negative 11.11 will lead you here. Enter of the red door when no clip through the snow in Snowy Cat Village. Bury yourself in level 118. Entering the building and found in region 41.328% of the unthoughtful will take you here. Level 143, walking out of the front door will take you here. Exiting one of the apartment complexes in level 846 has a 2% chance of transporting you here. Breaking out of a tube in level 147 will cause a wanderer to fall to the ground here. Find a park with an autumn leaves and walk for 5 hours into it. Past the 5-hour mark, you will pass out and end up in level 927. Certain windows in level 11 may lead to level 12. If you have just entered level 11 from level 9, you will want to return. Walk back 100 to 200 kilometers in the opposite direction you were heading. If you entered the metro, get back on the train and it should take you to the metro once it leaves. Depending on which building you walk into, you can end up in levels ranging from levels 0 to 6. Entering a break room in an office building will give you a 27% chance of ending up in level 173. There are reports of being certain blue buildings that can take you to level 23, though this has yet to have been confirmed. In this level, there is a gray and blue office building which serves as a gateway between this level and level 13. Taking a seemingly infinite long bus at a stop will transport you to level 69. A long green train will show up every 5 years that will take you to level 311. During an event where the sky turns red, you can jump off the roof jump off the top of a building, which will cause you to land on a tree in level 9. Going into a flashing room sends you to level negative 11.11. Entering a Japanese garden during the winter will lead you to level 118. Entering a room with a desert village photo on the door inside a center vacation will lead you to level 981. Entering a building named Medical Center will lead you to level 672. Entering an abandoned building will lead you to level 0 square inside of square, however you're supposed to pronounce that. Distorted buildings have many doors, which upon opening you can walk into level 11.5. Locating a specific hotel and entering it will take you to level 143. Candy stores' bathrooms have minor chance to take you to level 944. And that is the gist of level 11. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you for level 12 in the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 12, Matrix, survival class difficulty level 0, safe, secure, and devoid of entities. Level 12 appears to possess a simple effect not shared by any known level, and that it censors itself. Any record a photograph level 12 will result in either a simple white image or a mass of noise and TV static. When uploaded to another device, footage of level 12 will convert into a standard SMPTE testing screen. Lacking any color, it is unknown why or how this change occurs. Any information, including with footage or image data, such as file name, is also censored. Level 12's environment is by far one of the most basic, small, brightly lit, white-painted room containing nothing more than a table and chair, and an adjacent locked door. Many wanderers report having entered and successfully escaped this level, though the exact method by which this is achieved is unknown and almost never remembered by survivors. As of yet, no level 12 entity sightings have been appended to the MEG database. Entrances. It is unknown exactly how entry to level 12 is achieved. However, several reports state that a window entity in level 11 can be used as a guideline to safely no-clip into the level. Okay, that's kind of weird how it mentions it's unknown compared to the last level saying certain windows can do so, but whatever. Exits has no data, and that is the gist of level 12. And I will see you guys for level 13 in the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 13, survival difficulty level 2, unsafe, secure, and low entity count. Level 13 is also known as the Infinite Apartments. Level 13 is seemingly an apartment building with an extremely high number of floors, which each floor there are many small residences, each with a number on the door. These numbers are in a system where it lists the floor, the section of the floor, and the apartment number. The current design of the building is similar to the typical 1980s architecture. The walls in the hallway are white, and the carpet is of a brown geometrical design. The design is consistent throughout all floors. The main source of transport between the floors and level are the stairways that are located on each floor. These are the main means of intra-level transport due to the fact that all elevators will take you through other levels, not transporting you through level 13. Another prominent entry on this level are windows. These will usually show a blue void on the exterior of them, and they are less hostile on this level. However, these windows are still very dangerous, so be sure to avoid them. Wi-Fi is present on this floor and available for use. Computers can be found within some apartments, along with many other materials. This level is very useful for supplies. You are also able to claim housing within level 13, but you should be able to claim housing away from any clump infestations. If you want to claim housing, make sure you go down to the lobby first. The lobby is on floor 0, and within it there will be a single faceling attending the front desk. This faceling is unresponsive unless you ask for an apartment. If you do, you will receive an apartment key from this entity, and the key can be used to open up its respective apartment and can allow you to have an apartment on level 13. Entities present on this floor are rare, however, they can be rather dangerous. These include clumps, which is a new one we're going to go over. I think clumps and elevators are like the only other two on here that are new. Clumps are strange, dangerous bundles of limbs, capable of tremendous speed and incredible agility. Their preferred habitat is, in a majority of levels, are spaces which are tight in comparison to their size, with the largest record specimens being about 3 feet. Though this makes them difficult to spot, clumps may still be seen in levels 2 and level 3. Clumps seem to be in a constant state of hunger, roaming levels in search of prey. When prey is found, clumps will make their way towards it. When within 8 feet, clumps will stretch their longest limb in an attempt to capture it, bringing the prey towards their center to reveal a mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth. From there, the prey will be eaten. However, for unknown reasons, not many are known to attack right away. As said before, clumps consist of multiple limbs, all varying in length and muscular structure. This unusual structure affects the way clumps run. They tend to swipe at the floor in order to move. Once in motion, they exhibit incredible amounts of strength and speed, being very agile with their movement. There have also been reports of eyes and ears being seen emerging from the mass of appendages. The first report of a clump was made by a wanderer by the name of Elliot Winston, in which they encountered a skin stealer and successfully escaped, getting attacked by a clump shortly after. To add, the lost one of the first and oldest groups, the Backrooms, seem to have mentioned clumps within ancient scrolls found deep within level 3. They referred to them as the ones with the eternal limbs. A translated excerpt of one of the scrolls is written below. Stay silent in their presence and keep at least 8 feet away from them. Retreat at the sound of multiple people running. Don't get near them if one is spotted. Try to interact with them. Stick around when a clump is moving into one's position. So that's pretty much clumps. Very nasty sounding entities for sure. See what elevators are all about. I'm pretty sure it's just an elevator. Elevators are entities that can be found in several levels of the backrooms. They can be used to access other levels in the backrooms. Not every single elevator is in an instance of level entity 81, as some function as a normal elevator would. Pushing one up one of the light panels inside of the elevator would give you access to the elevator shaft. The actual direction of the elevator moves to access other levels is unclear. So, I'm not really going to dig too much in this. It's pretty much an elevator that moves between levels. Do press buttons that correspond to highly populated or saved levels. Attempt to differentiate normal elevators from instances of Entity 81. Don't wait more than 5 minutes before selecting an option. Fall into or climb up on the elevator shaft. Okay, the elevator shaft is like its own level, I guess. Elevator shaft is an area that elevators travel through to access other levels. It is similar to the hub in the sense that it is a hub that can lead to several other levels in the backrooms. However, it is far more dangerous while devoid of entities. Traversing this level without being inside of an elevator is extremely difficult. Due to the dangerous slopes leading down into the bottomless tunnels, with equipment similar to that of a mountain climber, you'd be able to traverse the elevator shaft. However, unless you are inside an elevator, you will be unable to exit. Your best bet is to break into an elevator passing by. Entrances and exits can be accessed by pushing back one of the light panels inside of an elevator. Break into another elevator passing by. You will not be able to enter another level from this point if you are not inside one. Bases, outposts, and communities. BNTG claim floor 283. Claimed by the BNTG. Access granted by BNTG members and merchants. All entities suppressed on this floor. Minor trading posts. Entrances. Entering an apartment building on level 11. No clipping through the floor on level 12. No clipping into a yellow wall on level -2. Exits. No clipping through the red wall will lead you to level -1. No clipping through the floor will cause you to fall down every floor. Once you reach the ground floor and clip through it, you will be on level 14. Touching a rusty pipe will lead you to level 3. Exiting through the front door in the lobby will lead you to level -5. Alright. So the reason I was on this page is because the wiki doesn't seem to be quite up to date on level 13. So I'm gonna check what their level 14 looks like on here. We'll probably read that in this video too. If the computer wants to cooperate, maybe. Let's see, level 14. Okay, level 14 has some stuff here. They got a lot of stuff. Alright. Level 14, Military Hospital. Survival class level 2, unsafe, secure, low entity count. Is the 15th level of the backrooms. Ooh, that's really cool. I would love to explore that if it wasn't deadly. that really quick. Level 14 is abandoned 1800s military hospital, currently in the deterioration state because of aging. Contaminated water containing bodily fluids leak from the pipes and pools on the floor. Do not attempt to drink it. You will begin to feel nausea if you do. The ceiling has degraded and the walls can no longer support it. Chunks of rotten wood fall from the ceiling, scattered throughout the hospital halls. Be cautious when navigating, as a chunk from the ceiling can cause collapse and crush wanderers and debris. Most walls appear broken or vandalized with indecipherable graffiti. Walls with holes can effectively function as a small crawling space if necessary. Bones and decomposed human organs are frequently seen on the floor, but researchers cannot determine who they belong to. Ghosts resembling doctors, patients, and nurses appear frequently in this level, but they will pay no attention to wanderers. The transparency of their body makes it extremely difficult to see and gives them ability to phase through wanderers. Doctors and nurses act like their front room counterparts. However, they do not appear to be excellent at their jobs, utilizing outdated 1800s technology and medicine to help patients. Be aware of the fact that despite being apparitions, they can operate tangible objects, which can collide with wanderers, injuring them. Consider staying away if you see these objects moving by themselves. There are likely ghosts nearby. The ghost's ability to effectively operate in this hospital means that they may randomly switch on or off lights, trigger fire alarms, and speak in Old English. If you hear voices there, they are more than likely to be from a ghost and not a fellow wanderer. Entities. Dr. Pollock. Unlike other doctors, Dr. Pollock does not appear to be a ghost, but rather a deformed gray humanoid. He wears proper doctor attire and stethoscope, and with a name tag labeling him as Dr. Pollock. However, his right hand is replaced with a massive syringe filled with a tranquilizer fluid, while his left hand resembles a scalpel. This means that he is able to pose an actual threat to wanderers. Upon seeing someone who doesn't look like a doctor, he will start giving chase, ordering the trespassers to stop disrupting the operation of this hospital. If he catches up to you, he will inject the tranquilizer into you and subsequently drag your body to the operating table, where he will harvest your organs for unknown purposes. The Hospital Society. 12 doctors trapped in the back rooms from 1940 to 2006, guiding wanderers to exits. They will give out free lab coats to wanderers who encounter them to avoid suspicion by Dr. Pollock. They always have a first aid kit on hand in case someone is harmed. The Backrooms National Socialist Coalition. Around 800 members. They set traps to capture wanderers. They are far-right, fascist, nationalist, and supremacist totalitarian. Totalitarian, I guess. I have no idea what that means, but they are not willing to trade and only trade with molten gear. It is recommended to avoid this base at all costs. Meg and the BNTG have launched a joint effort with the Socialists of the Republic of the Backrooms and Backrooms United Haven to combat this threat. Entrances. It can be accessed from level -2 through a staircase. No clipping through the hospital bed in level 442. To leave level 14, you must follow some arrows on the floor pointing to the main hospital. Exiting this way will lead you back to level -2. Traveling too far in the hospital leads you to level 16. Entering a door that says Paradise will take you to level 14.1. Alright. Let's see if there's anything new here as well on level 14. Just to be safe if we're not missing anything. The level... Okay, well this one is different from... I think this is actually 14.1. I'm gonna go to... Interesting. We'll go ahead and read this anyways and then end the video. Level 14 is an oasis, the forest from your dreams, shimmering in the night. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you see it? The crashing waterfalls, the crimson grass wet with dew, the eternal starlit sky, even the branches on the trees reach up as if trying to touch it. You can hear the forest whispering to you, you'll be happy here. You're sure of it. After all, everyone else is. And why should you feel down when others are so content? Cacophony fills your ears. You can't think, but you don't need to. Aren't you relieved to have the burden of thought lifted from your shoulders? Don't you feel so much lighter now? You can almost float away. Perhaps you will. Look at the other guests lying peacefully in the soil, devoid of all pain as they meditate, their bones glistening in moonlight. Don't you want to be like them? You are so close. Now you can almost touch it. Children line up in rows and they howl beautifully at the moon, waiting to become whole. You want to help them, don't you? Of course you do. After all, they only want to help you. All you need to do is surrender yourself. It won't hurt, I promise. I bet you feel your mind leaking. Don't worry. We're just fixing a few things so that will be perfect for you. And you'll be perfect for us. That's it. Let us in, and soon you'll be able to hear too. We'll have a great feast when you come. After all, we want to welcome you. Entrances. You know how to get here by now. Just keep going. You're so close. Exits. You won't have to worry about that. Okay. Interview log. Interviewer, please state your name for the record. Just a fool who fell from heaven. I know it's serious. This is just our procedure for cataloging new levels. How did you get to this level? I poked a small hole in my brain and I stretched it wider and wider until I could pass through with ease. And how did you exit this level? No, it would be foolish for us to tell you that. You wouldn't want to leave anyway. Can you describe the level you ended up in? You've seen it already. It's in your mind's eye. You don't need me to tell you again. Were you able to identify any of these bodies? I saw everyone I know and everyone I have ever known, all beckoning me to come closer. What do you mean by psychological effects? The voices sang beautifully in the night, but when I left, I couldn't hear them, and without them, I was lost. And you said this all started when you read some writing on the wall? Yes, but we have a better way to spread the word now. You made that possible, and now so many people are happy. No, I don't think anything like this could happen in the database. It's pretty safe. Any closing thoughts? Only that we patched up that hole, so you can rest safely knowing that no one else will have to be thrust back into the pain. We'll keep you safe. Now, I have to say, this is probably my favorite level. Not because of the craziness, but I just like how beautiful it is. Not that I would go here, obviously, the circumstances, but you know. Anywho, that is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you for level 15. Bye-bye. Welcome to the Backrooms, level 15, Futuristic Halls, Survival Difficulty Class, level 0, Safe, secure, and devoid of entities. Level 15 is a series of futuristic hallways with occasional pitch-black areas creating the absence of any lighting. Sounds of engines can be heard from afar when traversing through these hallways. These noises are coming from machines that are located in large rooms closed off by reinforced doors made of metal. A part of the wall of these rooms is made of thick glass. These machines range from the size of a laptop to unmeasurable dimensions, and the noises they emit don't seem to be affected by their size. Some machines have clear tasks which are easy to notice, like producing steel rods, but most of them don't seem to have one, with some not having any front room equivalent whatsoever. Rarely one may stumble upon a room that contains machines that have been destroyed, machines of which appear to be either exploded or broken down due to unknown responses. It can be theorized that the cause of these explosions is a lack of maintenance, since nothing seems to prevent them from breaking down. The glass on the wall of one of these rooms appears to have been shattered but not broken, indicating that it may be composed similar to laminated glass. This level is thought to be infinite, however it is only an assumption made due to the fact that it might be simply too large for a proper measurement to be made. Thus far it has been verified that it covers surface area of at least 6,080 kilometers. The rooms and hallways are made of white and gray concrete with beams of white steel lining up against the walls and ceilings. Long symbols which look like... I have no idea what that says. Can be found inscribed on the beams. These appear to have only a design purpose. Large lights on the walls, ceilings good lord, what is with my reading lately? It's just feels so dyslexic. Lost my spot, hold on. These appear to have only a design purpose. Lights on the walls, ceilings, or ground give an eerie glow to these empty hallways. The only thing that's breaking this color scheme is the dried out blood and bodily fluids that can be found alongside corpses present throughout the level. The corpses seem human, but the manpower inside the level doesn't allow for proper dissection, identification, or removal of these corpses. They are dressed in lab coats, and the causes of death seem to be from violent fights using different kinds of weapons. Makeshift knives and spears can be found alongside some corpses, but no firearms have yet been discovered. Even though some bodies show clear signs of gunshot wounds, despite the absence of bugs to help with the decomposition process, the corpses seem to have lost enough water to indicate that they have been here for several months or even years. There are several kinds of rooms that can be found in this place. The engine rooms have already been mentioned, but other ones exit, which appear to be laboratories, dormitories, kitchen, and control rooms, as well as storages containing food, water, and numerous types of equipment. Almond water is notable by its absence in the entire level. The majority of these rooms are empty and devoid of furniture, while others have been in the theater of intense fighting. Computers can be accessed and are able to connect to the ILN. I'm assuming that's some form of Wi-Fi, but these computers are running on unknown versions of Linux, which are called Avalon 2.4. They are hosting files that appear to be written in an unknown language of which is currently being studied and researched by the Cygnus Order, something like that. However, it is known that some of these files are journals, mails, studies, or manuals that are aforementioned engines and machines and their tasks. No entities have yet been discovered in this level. However, numerous corpses of hounds were found piled up in a room that seemed to have been used to create a large amount of undefined objects. Level 15 was discovered when a wanderer entered it during an event that occurred in level 10. They entered it and only to end up in a large control room which they used as a camp to explore further. After 2 days, the door slammed shut by itself, and hasn't reopened since. The wanderer, who we will call Enric from now on, has effectively been stuck in this level since the door has never opened itself, and no other way in or out has been found to this day. 2 years went on since Enric's arrival in the level. He explored a portion of it, still using the main control room as his principal camp. Using the computers, he was able to contact groups and provide proof of the existence of the level, as well as keeping a weekly update of his progresses in this place. These updates can be found on Enric's personal website. He spent the first year exploring an area by his own estimations. He has covered around 6,080 kilometers during that year. The second year was dedicated to looking into the files and technology more in depth, but sadly no major breakthrough allowing him to exit the level was made during these researches. His mental well-being has been one of the prime concerns during all this time. Thanks to the constant availability of the ILN, we are able to stay in contact with Enric and provide him with books, music, games, and other distractions that will allow him to let his isolation aside for some hours. We were also able to make him contact his family on level 11. Overall, he seems to have coped well with the situation, but he has still requested to be followed by one of our psychiatrists to make sure that he remains sound of mind throughout the time he's spending within the level. The only known base in this level is Enric's, which has been set up in a large control room and has existed around 2 years as of now. Traces of other camps have been found while exploring the level, but they were all abandoned and seem to have been made by the persons that can be found dead all around the level. No other traces of wanderers have been found thus far. It is extremely hard to get in and out of level 15. Only 2 ways in and out have been recorded as of 14/12/2021. The first one is accessible only during an event that has only occurred once during the record of history of the Backrooms. A large wall made of the same materials with a similar design as the one from inside level 15 appeared inside of level 10. It stretched out into the distance without a visible end. Enric was, as far as we're aware, the only one discovering a door that led to this level. Without preparation or contact with any group, the wall disappeared 2 days later, trapping him inside. However, some documents found by Enric in the computers across the level allowed to theorize some sort of explanation for that phenomenon. A recording of one of the scanners that can be accessed on the terminals found in this level can be displayed under these lines. Okay. Interesting. All of the devices displaying the scans are consistent across the level. They are all showing the same thing at any given time. Direct objects will appear and cross the screen, and some are linked with green lines, but when two shapes overlap each other, they are heightened in green. Most of the objects are moving at a constant rate across the screen, and only a few of them have been seen accelerating or slowing down. No orange line has been seen changing during their time on screen. The only shapes that have stayed immobile over 2 years that Enric looked at them and are at the center one. In the small circle located on the right part of the screen, we noticed how orange lines that predict the shape's movement are displayed only when those shapes related to them on the screen. This behavior is similar to that of the green lines that are linking the objects. These are only displayed if both objects are on screen. The first theory is that level 15 used to be a space station, and that these objects were moving around it. The theory is elegant at first, but of the aesthetics of the radar, which closely resemble those found in a spacecraft. However, this theory still leaves a lot of questions unanswered. What are those links? Why do the objects cross each other being highlighted in such a way? Why isn't a small circle having a trajectory? Furthermore, the trajectories of some of the objects are strongly not matching the ones of the objects that would be in space. A second theory attempts to link the radar, including its scan, with the event of the apparition of the wall. In level 10, it says that objects displayed on the screen in levels, the green lines, are the connections that wanderers can use to travel across the levels, either through no-clip or doors which allow access to a new place. And that when shapes overlap, it means that two levels have collided into each other, resulting in the levels no-clipping into each other, making parts of said levels appear in one another. Something that is still unsure is if this radar is merely a simulation of those levels are moving across the flat plane. This theory was strongly supported by when Enric was able to find what appears to be another exit, presumably an exit to level 15. One that could be represented in the radar by the green line going from the center onto the small circle on the right of the screen. It is theorized that this green line is linked to a strange room that was found 2 hours away from the main camp. The room has an appearance identical to the ones that contain engines and can be found throughout the level, but it has a noticeable difference that can be found elsewhere. All the engines in the room appear to be missing. A door frame leading to what appears to be an empty void of space can be found in the back of it. The door frame glows a soft white light that appears out of this world. If it means anything like in the back rooms, it doesn't have a door in it. What's beyond the frame looking like a night sky? Distant luminous dots can be observed. A large sphere of clear blue light can be observed in its center. It appears still and is suspected to be a star. More observations are needed to be able to identify more information about it. Thankfully, the strong reinforced door leading into the room itself seems intact, preventing a depressurization of level 15. Despite this, Enric was asked to spend as little time as possible in this level, as many be possible for this object to have eradicated the surroundings. While this seems a way to enter a new, undocumented level, it is not viable to attempt exploring it. We are currently hoping for another event where level 15 could be accessed from somewhere else to be able to get Enric out of this place. And that is... You know what, we're going to read level 16 as well, because I think that was pretty short, but I know the main site doesn't have anything on level 16. Yeah, this is pretty short, so we'll go ahead and read that too. Level 16. Survival difficulty class 2. Unsafe, secure, count. Level 17 is, level 16 is the 17th level of the Backrooms. Is large, well-lit labyrinth with 5 floors. All floors besides the first floor consist of the same flooring, layout, and lighting. There are 8 staircases across the labyrinth. Access to all floors. Each is recorded to have the same number of entities, 126, and behaviors of all entities on the level are strictly territorial. Entities will always remain in groups. These groups are strewn across the labyrinth. When entering level 16, you will always start on floor 1 next to a staircase. Exits can be found on all floors besides level 5. The indestructible lights found on floors 2 through 5 are harmful to look at, and they have the same effects compared to looking at the sun. Touching the lights on the floor will give painful burns that leave damages similar to 4th degree burn. Traveling upwards or downwards is difficult because the light commonly being next to stairs, though its light's brightness should give floors way more illumination. Lighting continues to remain at a comfortable level. Floors have little differences to each other. Floor 5 is the only floor to not have any exits. Floor 4 does not have as effective lighting as the other floors, so the entire floor is dimly lit. The lights on floor 4 still have the same degrees as others. The exit on floor 4 can be found on the north end of the labyrinth. Floor 3 lights are found 4 times more often. Lights are guaranteed to be next to the stairs in floor 3. The exit in floor 3 can be found at the south end of the labyrinth. In floor 2, entities occasionally drift off from groups but will always return to their groups. The exit for floor 2 can be found on the east end of the labyrinth. Floor 1 is drastically different from the rest, as it is the only floor to not be illuminated by lights and does not follow the pattern design the other floors follow. Entities on floor 1 still retain their behavior. It is recommended to bring light sources such as lanterns and flashlights if you're going to explore this floor. The exit in floor 1 can be found at the west end of the labyrinth. There are no documented colonies on level 16. Traveling too far in level 14 will eventually lead to level 16. Using floor 1's west exit will lead you to level negative 16. Using floor 2's east exit will lead you to level 17. Using floor 3's south exit will lead you to level 17.2. Using floor 4's north exit will lead you to level 16.1. We'll go ahead and read 17 as well. The page doesn't have a spaz attack first. That would be nice. I want to check the difference here. I know this one didn't have anything for level 16. Alright, level 17. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 17 is the 18th level of the Backrooms, and I'm just going to double check that we're still recording. Okay. Level 17 appears to be an infinite labyrinth on the inside of the inside structure of a naval aircraft carrier. This level is made up of corridors and stairwells, typically found on the Essex class carrier. Occasionally one may come across a flooded hallway. These levels are on one-way exits connected directly to the surface of level 7. Level 17 is mostly devoid of entities, having only a single entity exclusive to it. These entities are known as imprints. Okay, so that's a new one. Are doppelgangers of past wanderers who have explored level 17. While not physically dangerous, looking at an imprint will cause great amounts of distress for unknown reasons. This effect is amplified when looking one of the entities in the eyes, typically resulting in the wanderer falling unconscious for 3 to 4 hours. In extreme cases, can lead to brain death. Heading up several flights of stairs will eventually bring you to the upper levels of 17. These upper floors have sealed translucent windows and doors with an undefinable light emitting from them. When the light emitted from these windows comes into contact with the wanderer, it causes the wanderer's lungs to slowly fill up with water. Water will continue to fill the wanderer's lungs until either they are removed from the light or the wanderer dies, whichever comes first. There are no known bases or outposts or communities in this level. Entry at level 17 can be achieved by finding a submerged lighthouse in level 7. Swimming into this lighthouse will transport the wanderer into a room similar in design to a Ballstaff submarine. Water will drain from the room, and the entry into the lower level of 17 will be granted. Exiting level 17 can be done in 2 different ways. Accessing the floors of the upper layer will eventually lead to level 17. Will eventually lead the wanderer to a metallic red door that leads to level 11. The other way to exit level 17 is to find a flooded hallway on the lower layer. These flooded hallways lead to the surface rooms of level 7. See if there's any differences for level 17 here. Looks like it's pretty much the same thing. There is something new about entrances though, so we'll read that really quick. You can enter this level if you stay in level -3 for a period of 4 to 5 days. Leaving through level 16's east exit will take you to this level. Reaching the top of the level and simply staring at the sky for a period of 1 to 2 hours is known to be an exit from level 17. However, it is unknown where you may end up after doing this. Typing Titanic in one of the consoles leads you to level 1912. Let's see if there's any differences between level 18 here, because we'll probably read that too. We've been getting quite a few short ones. There you are. Okay, yeah, we're gonna read off of this page because there's a picture here. Level 18, Memories. Survival difficulty class 1. Safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 18 resembles a familiar place from one's childhood memory when they were no more than 10 years old. Wanderers have reported the level's appearance being that of daycares, preschools, bedrooms, playgrounds, and classrooms. Every traveler will see something different, and the setting that the level decides on will be devoid of life. It is impossible to exit the main area where your childhood memory is focused. Attempting to do so will result in you leaving the level. If the wanderer lacks or cannot remember any childhood memories, the level's appearance will conform to match the setting of the wanderer's earliest known memory. Level 18 will change form frequently, cycling between many different settings from your childhood. However, every setting has one thing in common. Voices in your head will mimic your interactions from that childhood memory. Unfortunately, there are no ordinary interactions. These interactions are the embarrassing moments of your life that the level forces you to relive. All the mistakes you made, all the regrets you have, you may have long forgotten these interactions, refusing to dwell on the bad parts of your life. But level 18 always remembers, it never forgets. There are no immediate threats to your life. God, geez, I'm choking up on words. Though traumatic events may surface, destroying your sanity, while it is recommended that wanderers avoid this level because of the potential certain triggers that take form and cause mental breakdowns, some brave individuals stay in level 18, fully immersing themselves in nostalgic experience. However, these individuals come out of the level with an entirely different personality. In some cases, permanent physical alterations can be seen in the brain during scans. The experience in level 18 is so unsettling, yet sometimes so addicting. It is a place to ponder, to reminisce, to experience. The wanderers who exit the level are never the same when they were before entering. Some newfound knowledge, repressed memory, or unconscious desire was brought up in that room, altering the wanderer's cognition and the behavior temporarily, if not permanently. Come play with us. You're never going to get older while stuck in the back rooms. Colonies and outposts. Due to the nature of this level, colonies and outposts are unable to be established. Entrances. Unfortunately, there is no consistent entry. However, dreaming about a childhood memory while sleeping will have a high chance of bringing a wanderer here. Exits. Go out of bounds or die. You'll wake up exactly where you slept when entering the level. Oh, that's a little extreme. Meta clip yourself into level 346. Okay, I don't know what meta clipping is. Find a race car toy and flush it in the toilet. The toilet will also pull you downstream, and you will end up in level 278. A rainbow window will cause you to jump out of bounds and land in level 97104. Due to the level's oddities of resembling childhood memory, and the only method of entry is sleep, it's frequent debated whether this level truly exists, or whether it's simply all just a dream shared by many wanderers. As additional backing for this claim, when the user supposedly exits this level, they wake up exactly where they fell asleep. Wanderers accompanying sleeping individuals who claim to have entered level 18 have reported there was no odd behavior during the sleeping hours. With the additional revelation, the time passing in level 18 has no correlation to the time passing in the real world. We are leaning towards the conclusion that level 18 is not a physical place, just a mental image we made up in wanderers' heads. Alright. How far are we into recording? 28 minutes? We can probably go. It's a little longer. Oops, not what I wanted to do. For goodness sake, computer, can you do what I ask? Let's see what level 9... These ads are driving me insane. Level 19. What do you have on you? This is a really short one. Let's see if there's anything different. Okay, exits have been noted Exits have been noted in notable places. However, the most simple method is to turn around and leave, which will take you to level 19. If you happen to encounter a plush dino, you can follow him for an extended period of time, which will take you to the level you desire to go to. However, this method is known for sometimes taking extended periods of time. And my mouse disappeared. I'm telling you guys, I cannot wait to get a new computer. Alright, so this one's under revision, so we'll just go off of this page. Alright, level 19, the attic. Survival difficulty class 1, safe, secure, and minimal entity count. Level 19 consists of a very large attic. There are several light bulbs hanging off of the ceiling by thin wiring, and male death moths will often fly around them. The floor is very brittle, being made of old rotten wood, and it is easy to fall through. Due to this, it is recommended to traverse this level very carefully. Entities or objects weighing more than approximately 170 pounds will most likely break through the floor of this level. Other than this, very little information is known about this level. No colony or outposts on this level. Entrances. In level 1, it is possible to find holes in the walls that are small and hard to fit through. Going through one of these holes may lead to level 19. It should be mentioned that these holes are very rare. No clip in the roof of the building on path 3 in level 7191 to be brought here. Climbing up to the attic in level 155 will leads to level 19. Going up a flight of stairs that takes a dark upper Going up a flight of stairs that takes to a dark upper room in level 944 can lead to level 19, and level 846 is undergoing a blackout event. You can no-clip through the roof of a one-floored house to reach level 19. The primary method to escape level 19 is to find a rusted, damaged door in the area of the level with a higher roof than the rest of it. The door, if pushed enough, will eventually swing open, leading to either level -1, -2, 5, 12, or 20. Going too deep in level 19 usually leads the wanderer to the roof of a house in level 140. It is recommended to quickly leave this area as it may have strange and unpredictable conditions such as headaches, hallucinations, and fainting. There is a chance where you can fall through the floor leading up to level A, as the note found their sites. Excuse me. Alright. That is a very interesting level. Let's see what level 20 is looking like. Level 20 is excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Level 20, Survival Difficulty Class 0. Safe, secure, and devoid of entities is the 21st level of the Backrooms. It is primarily accessed through a door that appears on level 19, which has a chance of bringing you here. Level 20 appears to be reminiscent of some of the earlier floors in the Backrooms, being a warehouse-like location that is approximately 200 to 300 kilometers wide in total, although more may exit, but it has yet to be reached, with most of the rooms being around 30 meters across and corridors ranging from 10 meters to 300 meters. When it comes to the rooms of level 20, they are primarily filled with abandoned machinery of various years. Interestingly, despite whatever conditions said machinery is in, it appears to work as intended. Along with this, a sticky oil-like substance coats most rooms, usually either being in pools on the floor or leaking from cracks in the roof. Interspersed between rooms and corridors filled with boxes, crates, and racks of all kinds, obscuring most, if not every wall, usually leaving a straight but the narrow path between rooms to walk through. Attempting to open items within the corridors is not recommended, but as they usually contain old or outright dangerous items, if If any bottles of fluids are found, regardless of brand, it will always contain the fluid found throughout the rest of the floor. There are no known bases or outposts or communities on this level. Finding a rusted door on level 19 will lead to level 20. The easiest way to leave level 20 is to locate a corridor without any lights, completely drenched in fluid found throughout the rest of the level. Continuing for several hours will eventually bring you to either level 6 or level 22. Ooh, this looks like a fun one. Let's see if there's anything different here. Level 20. Pretty much the same thing. Oh, there's another entrance though, which has a chance to bring you here. Alternatively, enter an abandoned store and path forward in level 7191. Okay. So let's check out level 21. Alright, level 21. Survival class difficulty 4. Unsafe, unsecure, and medium entity count. This level contains 4 long hallways with randomly placed doors. Level 21 is a large level consisting of 4 hallways. These hallways are estimated to be about 26 miles long. The hallways meet in the middle of the level. The middle of a level is small, open square with chains and a desk. Entities never appear in this area, but instead appear in the hallways. Hallways are assumed to be ever-changing, shifting and shaping into something new every once in a while. The hallways can become impossible to navigate or blocked off. Though these hallways are odd, there is one constant. The doors that repeat on either side of the halls are always there. The doors can lead to random places in the backrooms, including negative and sub-levels. More often than not, they will cause you to appear somewhere else in level 21, or put you in a wall. Well, that sounds fun. Doors level 105 will lead you to level 0, 365 to level 365. 34 to level -6. Doors labeled with a smiley face will lead you to level party. Doors labeled 8 to 20 lead their respective levels. Unlabeled doors lead to level 1.5. Other doors can lead to random things that are not to be trusted. The hallway of this level are extremely dangerous and can sometimes be filled with entities. The amount of entities and type is inconsistent. Though clickers... Okay, so that's a new one. Let's see what those are really fast. Simply put, clickers are typewriters on wheels. Nobody has been able to identify what brand of typewriter. Though it is abnormal weight makes it impossible to stop one for closer inspection. Feel free to take some paper out of its back. Perhaps you could use it to write letters on. Okay, so it's just a walking typewriter. Are relatively common here. Unknown entities have been spotted in this level as well. Random objects can be found in the halls. These include almond water level keys and fire salt. Others that have been spotted rarely. If anybody is found in this level, they are not to be trusted. Avoid contact with them at all costs. If rumored that there is a door at the end of one of the hallways, it causes the hallway to extend much longer than usual. The door has not been found, but has been said to have vulnerable resources and many aggressive entities. This door is found, do not enter. It is to be reported to the Meg. Is rumored the rumored door has been found. It is within the hallway to the right of the front desk in the middle. This door has a large neon red exit sign over it. The door, when open, leads to 3 dark hallways. These hallways do not shift and have many valuable resources spawn in them. Entities can appear here in droves, noted for being strangely organized. While these halls are infinite, subtle changes in each side doors designs should be observed, as repetition in the pattern of the doors can increase with the instability of the halls themselves. These repeating doors do not contain resources and only lead to sublevels and good lord, my tongue cannot. Enigmatic levels. Goodness, I could not get that out. It is advised not to explore this part of level 21. There are no known bases or outposts in the communities in this level. Various tears of the walls of level 13 can be entered to reach this level. These warp tears, while encountered occasionally on level 9 and 6, are the most stable between level 13 and this level. Notable for emitting a high-pitched whine. The link between levels is unknown. The level can also be entered from level 1.5 by random chance from no-clipping. Many exits have been mentioned above. Alrighty.